Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Somebody give me a sound check. Let me know if you hear me okay. Good morning, Connie. How's everybody doing? You know what? Let me kill. I don't want to kill. I want to make this a lot more narrow so we have a lot more room. Let's see, where is silver? Silver is trading nicely here. Let me enable share sound. I'm going to buy silver here just because it's in a good trend and it's giving us a buy signal here on the move. Where am I? Against, where's my stop here? 20? Yeah, I guess that's pretty good. I'll give it a 5. We'll see if we can get 5 pennies out of it. It's 27. We bought a 27.06, looking for 27.11. Just a high. Let's see if we can go. Silver is definitely getting bid nicely. I think silver is primed. We'll have to see in the next couple of weeks. If silver sort of starts to take out 30 and hold 30 above, I think it's going to be the next big run. So we should be looking at silver as an interesting instrument for us to trade, especially since our setup is just designed for continuation moves. And if we're going to bet that silver is going to be a continuation market, it should be a really interesting possibility for us. So letting this float here, we'll see how it goes. Everything else is super, super quiet. Good morning, Connie. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Let me see who's in the room here. Okay, Crossy, good morning. So letting silver float, and we'll see what's going on over here. 9 o'clock, I think. I'm looking at the Dow, also looking like a potential pop here. We'll see. NASDAQ also looks pretty good here. Let's take a pop on NAS here for see if we can get 5 points out of NAS on the move here. I'm trying to jam this up. This is a sell. Sell got reversed. We're in a tiny little uptrend. See if we can get a hold on the move here. And I kind of also liking the Dow. I mean, the market seems to be primed for a bid up, so we'll give it a shot on the Dow too. Give this to. So is Yabin in the room? Yeah, Yabin. I'm sorry, I butcher her name. Is she here? No, she's not. Okay, so she's been trading the reverse trader on like an auto trader basis for euro and pound on a 5-15 basis, meaning 5 target, 15 stop. And I got to tell you, I think that's a sweet spot. I've been actually trading my own futures in that ratio. It requires a very, very high hit ratio, obviously. But I think especially for FX, I'm not sure for CFDs because of the spreads on the CFDs may not allow you to do this. But on FX, I think it's feasible. I think it's really, really feasible to look at a Dow. What a piece of crap! I can't trade the Dow for beans. I remember we talked about the Dow. So the Dow has to be. So actually, okay, don't follow me on the Dow here. I'm gonna experiment. I want to experiment with something. So basically, the ratio the point is the 5-15 ratio is kind of a 1-to-3 ratio. So let me see if I'm just gonna fool around here and see if the 1-to-3 ratio is better for Dow. Again, the problem with the Dow, remember we said is that we have to risk way too much to have even a semblance of accuracy for our gross point profit in live trading. But from a reasonable, like in other words, if you're just trading for your own account where you obviously can scale and size your points to whatever you want, probably the 30-10 ratio on the Dow is the right ratio. I'm gonna experiment with the Dow ratio in the next couple of days here, not as signals, but just as an experimentation, just to see where and how whether that's
trend down,
whether that's enough of a room. But generally, I sort of find that the 1-to-3 ratio on the 1 minute charts to be the right mix of trades. So she was running like an 85%, 6 out of 7 win rates on the euro and the pound during the high liquidity sessions when she was taking the trades properly. We'll see if that bears itself out. But my point being is that I just I wanted to kind of experiment with that ratio because I think that's the right ratio to go. Now on the FX side, got nothing. German is actually down. No signals on the German at all. Cab down. One of the things we definitely want to do, by the way, I actually want to show this to you both on futures and on CFDs. This is an excellent strategy. Let me just...
Nasdaq dollar yen trend up, strong sell.
Okay, I don't know what just hit me with a strong sell here. Pound is down. Aussie's down. I got nothing. Okay, silver's falling around. Dollar yen. We don't have a signal here, but I'm actually, let's see if this candle holds green. I may actually go long because it's a breakout, and I want to see if this 3-to-1 risk reward ratio kind of working for us because it's a pretty legitimate upside trade. But let me just see if this holds. Got to hold a candle. I guess the Dow did not work. Dow is such a crappy little instrument. Where's the yen? Nope, yen's did not resolve. So while everything is kind of just floating around doing nothing for us, let's examine a very interesting concept here. Let's go full screen because this is very clean and clear and definitive. Okay, let's go to Asia. Oh, the problem is I'm on. Okay, you know what? Sorry, let me. It's much easier if I do this on TradingView. So hang on, let me just bear with me a second. I just want to make a TradingView duplication. Because I get lost on all the timelines. Where is this?
Pound trend down.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go full screen on TradingView. You guys seeing? Tell me if you guys are seeing this. Yeah. Okay. Where are you guys? Okay. All right, so let's go back to Asia session open, right, on TradingView. Come back, baby. So this is all New York time, which means New York starts to trade at 1800, and this is where it gets really, really interesting. So this is 1800, right? You guys with me? So just like with the New York session. A New York session open, 1800, like from 6 p.m. New York time, 1800 to about 1930, 2000, you kind of get range establishment. So this was the high of the range, and this was the low of the range, right? From the time. So around 7:30 at night, which is 7:30 a.m. Tokyo time, you basically say to yourself, okay, if they're going to break and hold, the key thing is hold the range high, I'm going to go long on a continuation move. And if they break the range low, I'm going to go short. So in this case, the range high is 15. This candle takes out 15 right over here. It ends at 20, and it extends all the way out to about 34. So it's beautiful plus 10 points, right? So it's kind of just floating, 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 floating. And by the way, the lower end of this is 75. Never comes back to touch it, right? Never comes back to touch it. And then you can just kind of, float around. So this is like the opening range breakout. Then, Europe is kind of a weird time because Europe really it's 2 o'clock in the morning is basically 7 o'clock in the morning Europe, right? And so what you're seeing in Europe here is, let me go back. You see, so this is, sort of opening range times right over here. The range highs are somewhere around here. Let's say 50, 55, 50, right? So right here, it starts to take out the 55, 50s, and boom, 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 you get another 10 points on the European Open, right? And then, of course, it starts to crash a little bit. But the point being is that you have range opens that are super interesting. Now, for the New York Open, you basically just simply do the exchange open. So the first 5-10 minutes in the exchange is when you try to establish the highs and lows and trade that. But for the Asia European Open, it's those, it's the Tokyo Open and the Frankfurt Open around 2 in the morning New York time. Provides really, really great possibilities. And it's so easy with our tool, obviously. You just simply do a, stop entry on the close of the high and stop entry on the close of the low. And you can trade that very nicely. So this is just a super clean, simple variant of what we do. I kind of wanted to show it to you guys as a possibility. Right? Is that clear? Where's my thing? There's, with Asia especially, it's really, really easy to set up. So nothing is working on my open here. NAS has also gotten blown up because it's been a very, very range bound morning. It's actually, by the way, so this is another thing that I want to show you. Okay. So remember I said to you, we got nothing going on here, so I might as well just talk a little bit about strategy, because I'll show you a couple of the trades that I've been doing this morning. Remember I said to you that basically Europe, unless you have a super unusual day where there's a tremendous amount of news and clear amount of investor interest in the trade, Europe is actually all reversal. You're trading all reversal setups. Like you don't trade, the beautiful thing about our setup is it can be traded as a continuation setup or as a reversal setup. And in Europe, you just traded all reversals. So in Europe, all I did was try to trade, reversal buys. You had one nice, strong, continuous trend move over here, right? Trend move over here. And I traded, I traded, I was trying to remember, this is my other account. So we had the buy, I traded, again, I traded this when you're trading reversal, all your rules are flipped. You're just simply looking, if you get a buy signal, then you're looking for a red-green combo. You get long over here. And I was trading it with a 5-10, and it's just, perfect 5-10. And then you have the sell combo, which is green-red again. So every signal, which in a continuation trade, you'd be looking to go with a trend. Here, you're just looking for any sign of a trend reversal and take those trades. So I took this to the long side. I think I took that one to the long side. And that was pretty much it. And then I took this one to the long side too. Letting those things float for a 5-10 was perfectly okay. And you even had ranges here. So you had sell to the downside. And by the way, so the other thing is you want it to be to the dominant side of the range. So we had an upside day. So you're just trying to buy dips.
German sell continuation trend is weak sell.
If today was a day where we had like minus 50 basis points, then all you'd be looking for is sells from the top side, right? You just trade to the strong side, but strictly on a reversal basis, because there's just zero continuity, as you can see. There's just literally nothing nothing continuous here, right? And actually, like, so the mistake I made here was the thing about reversals is you want to be buying underneath the moving averages, because there's no continuity, you're not going to get any extension, right? That's the thing. The irony of the whole thing is the buy side has to be done from below, not from above. And as long as you do that, you're in the right side. Remember, the most important thing with our setup is to be on the right side of the regime. And if you're in a reversal regime that's essentially bias positive, then you just buy the dips all the time. If you're in a reversal regime that's bias negative because it's chop, but the market is down, you sell off the top moving averages. It's very, very cool how flexible we can be with the setup, right? Does that make sense to everybody? Now silver, on the other hand, should be a frigging bias positive trade, but I am clearly not getting it here today. I guess. Well, no, it's not really. It's actually down on the day. It's just that's actually a great example of me screwing this up. This is I didn't look at it very carefully. Silver is bias negative for the day. So what you want to be doing is, if this is the trend right now, you're just kind of in a range regime. When you're in a range regime on a bias negative day, then all you're doing is looking to sell from the top side. And you're looking for signals to sell. So I didn't have, so, selling over here would have been fine. You don't have that many signals over here to sell. So I would have had to wait, but I guess, selling on the first break here would have been okay. As long as you're close to the top moving average, it would have been okay. Selling over here on the break, sell, buy, sell would have kind of worked. Over here, this one was buy, sell. I should have gotten short here, not long. So I missed it. This is a 5-minute chart too. Oh man, that's a 5-minute chart. I didn't even realize I was on a 5-minute chart. This is my 1-minute chart. Oh, the 1-minute chart. I was. Yeah, the 1-minute chart didn't even have the 1-minute chart. You just would really want to definitely sell off the tops over here. Okay, so I've been, completely wrong so far in my analysis, but let's see what the market brings us on the open here. Right now, NAS is negative, but still positive bias for the day. So we don't have any big moves. Hey, who's? Let me see. Is Jonathan in the room here? Who's trading? Anybody trading futures at S&P futures? Just because I was going to say that, if you're trading ES, Daniel. Okay, so if you're going to use using that 1-3 ratio, which is, NASDAQ, it's 5 risk, 50, 5 target, 15 risk. What works on the S&P actually is 1-3, 1 risk, 1 S&P point, because S&P is so continuous that one is pretty much you can get on a very, very short scalp. But that works really, really well for me, because S&P is kind of hard also to get the bid ask, because 6-3 is also pretty good for for more continuous moves. But if you're using the 1-minute chart and you're just trying to pick spots on the on the spectrum of how we trade, 1-3 actually kind of worked okay for me. I mean, it's been doing pretty well. Yeah, you can do that. We just don't. I have a
pound trend up.
I have a aversion to doing runners, but pound trend is up. So I'm trying to see. So if this, I'm actually gonna, just for fun, since we're in the we don't have any real setups here. pound is actually uptrend now, right? It's been uptrend most of the day. So I want to be looking for, for uptrends, for up signals in the pound, right? I want to be either buying reversal buys or continuation buys in a pound. So if I have a positive arrow, I'd like to get long pound here. This is a getting long here at 42 was a super easy, +5 trade. Euro, on the other hand,
Kiwi trend down.
Is a negative trade, and you want to be looking for, you want to be looking for negative sells here. Here, Euro just selling this would have been nice and easy for a move now. But Euro's already deep sold, so I'm not that interested in trading it. All right, where's NAS? What time do we have? Oh, we have 10 more minutes before the open, so it's really quiet. All right, let me see what the Dow is doing. All right, I'm going to be a glutton for punishment. I'm going to watch this Dow. If this holds positive, I'm going to try and trade this with a 1030 again, just to see if, again, this is experimental. I'm not really, this is not a genuine trade, because I want to see if like a 1-to-3 ratio just gives us a little bit of breathing room on the pound. And remember, I got late. Okay, fine. So, all right, let's see if we can get 1030. That would be 65 on the move. It's mainly just because, as I said, 20 is too little. Not enough space for, at 30, at least I'm at 10 basis points of the underlying, which may still not be enough, but at least it's worth a shot. Karen in the room? Hey, Karen, are you in the room today? Let me see if Karen's in the room. No, she's not in the room today. I'm actually curious. Hey, Yanvin, you're in the room, right? I think I see you. You want to update us on how your pound and euro trades were doing today? Because I was talking about the fact that I really like the 1-to-3 ratio on the super short 1 minute trades. Okay, you're still in a, you're still above 80, which is really where you want to be. That's really good. If you're between 80 and 85% on those runners, you're in great shape. All right, I'm still floating. I'm floating my my experimental Dow trade just for shits and giggles, because I got no setups. Oh, where's cable? Oh, cable. Let's get long cable, right? Remember we said we liked cable. Is this let me sorry, let me just do this. Is that I want to do 23. Okay. I'll do this at 15. Oh, did I screw this up? I think I screwed this up. What's my TP? 46? No, yeah, I screwed this up. Sorry, guys. Volatility, it should be 30. It's in percent. Oh, never mind. God damn it. I screwed up my cable. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, so that makes sense. And now I want to go to 5. I want to try a 15.5. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so I'm looking for like around 53 on cable. Let's see if I can make that on the move. I should have been at 45, and it should be around 50, but whatever. We'll let that float. This is like the first real trade of the day as I'm fooling around. Where's NASDAQ? Okay, let's play NASDAQ too. Again, just because I got nothing else to do here. I'm looking for the candle to close. Okay, I'm long NASDAQ, and I wonder if I can adjust it from once I've already done this. It should be 30. I wonder if this will adjust. Nope, it won't. Oh, what happened here? Okay, I guess it's posting. Okay, so I'll adjust this way. So I want to. Okay. So I manually adjusted the most. So I'm basically long NAS here. The proper trade probably should have been this one. A little bit late, but I'm just, again, the idea here is we're looking for, we don't even have a reversal signal here. It's just trading, green, red right now. And the idea that the trades, is to buy the dip. We're net positive for the day, right? NASDAQ is net positive for the day. So when we have reversals back up to the moving averages, that's the highest probability trades we have. The high probability trades when we have reference points, but we don't have any reference points. So I'm just forcing trades right now because we got nothing else going on here. It's a very trendless day today. So honestly, there's literally no trades so far. Legitimate trades in the marketplace. In the first 10 minutes of the market open, whatever happens, we'll try to trade our range breakout trade, and that's actually let me get rid of this stupid. Let me get rid of this tool. I wonder if I can get rid of a tool.
NASDAQ sell continuation trend strong sell.
Oh, so this is semi a sell signal. So this, presumably, if this goes positive, it would still put us into a positive trade because we want to trade the reversal, we want to trade the up trade because the bias is to the upside. So if this kind of stays positive, we're going to be on the right side of it anyways. Once this trade resolves, I'm going to put the old tool on there. Doug is working on the combination tool, which is going to let us do both candle close and buy sell mode entries in one single tool. So I should have that for you within a couple of days. Let's see if this rocks me up a little bit.
Dollar Canada trend down.
Okay, so NAS is working now. I actually want to change this tool to the old tool. Let's put this over here at 0. We'll get rid of the volatility filter, and this will allow us to establish the volatility tool to the upside. All right. So NAS was a trade. Pound is the only other legitimate trade. This Dow trade is just me torturing myself to try to figure out if I can ever get a hold of the Dow, which I can't seem to do. But you guys can see. Let me show this to you on. Look at the. So again, in my thesis, that the turn to the upside is the trade here in NASDAQ. The sell, boom, up, nice and clean, 5 points. If you have the patience to just wait for these things, the buy to the upside, the sell to the upside, the turns to the upside from the lower Bollinger Bands, those are the really classic trades today that are working, right? So just wanted to kind of show that to you. Where's my thing? Okay. All right, now we got 1 more minute before market open. We're going to give it 5 minutes, see if we can get we're hopefully going to get some kind of movement here. Jesus, the market is so slow. I mean, prior to this, basically, this is the range high, and this is sort of the range low, the 24 to 52. So let's see if we can, if they can establish those and hold them. The key thing is, remember, to hold them on a closing basis in order to establish an impulse signal for us. So it looks like, okay, they're trying to run it. We're going to let them run it, see where the ranges are in the first 5 minutes. And then the key question is, are they going to run those ranges after the first 5 minutes? So now it looks like, it's trading back up. Did my pound work? Oh, look at my pound worked. See, the good trades worked. Okay. So £5, 5. Did anybody trade the pound, by the way? That was a halfway decent trade. The arrow indicator gives us the arrows. Good for you, Abid. So now you're 5 for 1, right? Yambin. So that's good. All right, so up, down, usual BS in the
Aussie trend up.
In the moves. Now we're coming down really, really hard. So I'm going to basically we are establishing the highs and the lows, and I'm going to just basically trade this.
Nasdaq sell continuation trend is strong sell.
Yeah, so NAS is kind of like getting in. Now I'm just going to trade. It's like we've got 30. I mean, really a lot of 30 seconds, right? So that they took out the lows. Remember, I said to you they're going to try to take out it's 25s or 50s. Let them, if they do it on a closing basis. In other words, if we stay low here on a closing basis, I may chase this trade. The real trade is for us to wait until there's a retrace and a break of these lows. But I think there may be enough juice here to go all the way down as they're trying to unwind the thing that I may want to trade this. Okay,
Nasdaq sell continuation trend is strong sell.
Okay, I'm gonna close. Damn it. Okay, that was I think I got 5 out of it. It was super, super fast. I should have preset myself. I was only looking for 5. Let's let this play out a little bit here. It was definitely a clear, continuation trade here. I have a hard time with the CFDs.
Nasdaq sell continuation trend is strong sell.
So this is a pretty strong sell, right? We broke down. Market is kind of very, very negative, right? And let's see if we can if we're going to close over here through the lows over here, we're going to try and trade the continuation move here to the downside. So either this is a short-term bottom, or we're going to try and puke a little bit more to the downside. So let's see if that goes. Now in the meantime, I'll bring my futures out here. Why is this 47 and this is 10? What's going on with this thing? Oh, it looks like my futures. I think I'm going to restart my futures. Oh, my futures is late. Damn, look at this useless platform. Okay, so AMP is late. I'm not even going to bother with them. They need to be restarted. Okay, let's see if we can restart AMP. So that held the lows. So there's no trades for right now. Okay, now AMP is restarted. Okay, good. And actually, the trade now, because it's a legitimate downtrend, right, is if we get a red arrow, if we get a green-red combo, so we need a green-red combo, we're going to short this. Actually, want to. Okay. So now you guys see, by the way, why you don't
Nasdaq buy reversal trend is strong sell.
You don't sell until the candle confirms on a closing basis. You see, the fact that it tests the low means nothing. It needs to.
Nasdaq buy reversal trend is strong sell.
It needs to hold on a closing basis. So let's see what happens here. I need a red arrow to give me any confidence that I have a short here. Is my trading delayed on these futures? Okay, I'm gonna kill the future. I'm sorry, guys. The futures look like they're really just, this platform really sucks. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. Something is wrong with this platform. Yeah, it's clearly. Oh, look at this. There was a red arrow. I should have shorted this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not. This platform really, really sucks. So I'm not. That would have given us the trade 12 to this. Now let's see if we if we can kind of hold it on the CFD platform. Cancel, and this really would have been a red arrow. I should have gone down there. I'm sorry. I never looking at this futures again because the delay there. Oh, now it's super. All right, let's
German sell continuation trend is weak sell.
Trying to see if I can just make 5. I'm a little bit late. Boom. Okay, good enough. Not a great trade because I should have been in this trade over here, and because the futures really fucked me up. But anyways, you guys got it right. Nice clean trade to the to the downside on the 5 side. So that's already 10 in the Nasdaq, and that's classic to where I want to be. The signal was really over here, but it was a very indeterminate signal. This was clearly, obviously, a clean signal. Boom, boom, boom. Nice clean short. Anybody take the short there on the NAS? Good job, Connie. Cheryl, are you having issues with AMP like I am, where it's lagging on the feed? I got to be honest with you. I'm actually trading primarily through TradingView now. I like basically. Oh, really? Yeah, I see, Daniel. You're in Europe, and they're giving you a much better feed. For some reason, their US feed really chokes up. So I'm actually trading through TradingView, because you connect AMP to TradingView too, right? And that's 100% solid. So I just ignore that. I just didn't, I really, I should just start trading from TradingView continuously with you guys. Good job, Karen. Good job. That was a super clean trade. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you very much. Obviously, downtrend. Still, we should, Drew, let's play this game. Just trying to set the lows. Again, session low breaks, right? So this is session lows. So close up the lows, testing session lows. If it breaks the session lows, I want to be on that trade. Okay.
Euro-yen trend down.
Took me in the trade. Session lows may, this may puke back up on us because it's the last of the, yeah, it may puke back up on me. The trade should have been here somewhere, but I wanted to give it a try. Yeah, big retrace. No, nope, not gonna work. All right, so actually, so I was gonna say is on the if you look at trading view for a second, right? If I look at trading view for a second, now we have a secondary sell signal. Obviously, we're deep in sell. It's a buy candle. If the buy candle is followed by a red candle, it'll be a second sell signal for me. So I want to see what the S&P is doing. Yeah, S&P also has a buy sell signal here. And they're both super strong right now. So it may have to be, we're gonna have to wait another candle to go. I'm gonna just show you the S&P. If I get a setup, I'm gonna show you the S&P setup too. So interesting. There's not a lot of selling pressure here. Well, it's starting to be a little bit more now. But it's got to close around 85 or so in order to make this a viable trade. Yeah, it's looking like it might hold to the sell side. We'll see. Nope. Really much more. Oh, yeah, the S&P is actually much more negative. Let's give it a shot. Okay. So what does that put me into? Where's my other account? Okay. I'm going to just do one point in the S&P against 3 just to see if that works. Okay, it's my other account, my other little play account. How's the NAS? Oh, I wanted to sell the NAS. Oh, damn, I was too slow. I really want to get short this NAS because that was a great entry on the S&P. What is that? What's my entry on the S&P? It's 50, 23.50. Maybe not. We'll see. S&P not giving me. I should have had the NAS entry because that would have been a better entry, but you know, we'll see. There we go. Oh, come on, hit me. Oh, there we go. Did I get done? I got done. So that's 1 point in the S&P. Very, just sort of to show you, for those of you who are trading futures, that's why, you know, 1 point is all you can get. It's a much thicker ladder, and you got to really, really fight for it. But you know, that's the sweet spot of what you can get on the entry. So okay, at least that was a point, and I definitely would have had 5 points on the Nasdaq had I come in over here. It's just, you know, there was it was super fast markets here that I didn't get. Now we got nothing. Now, you know, now we're like we've had the two. Remember, we wanted to trade 2 cycles of the trend. Those, you know, both of those cycles worked. One of them worked, you know, one worked on NAS, they both worked on NAS, and just one of them on the S&P as an example. Where are you guys? Okay, let's take a look at the pound. The pound, we already took the trade. We don't really trade EuroCount or anything else because we're trading on a 1 minute chart when we're day trading. So those are just too wide a spread for us to really. We only basically just want to trade the majors on the 1 minute chart.
Nasdaq sell continuation trend is strong sell.
Okay, last time for torture on this Dow, the Dow is basically sent a positive signal. Let's try it one more time with a 30-10. God help me on this trade. Let's see if it works. It's got to hold. I want this candle to be blue. It's got to hold blue, because the idea here is that we basically started to stabilize and ready to go. Ah, Jesus, look at it. The problem is it just runs so much against me. All right, I'm gonna front run the Dow here just to see if I get some strength movements, because this is a strong blue candle. Does the Dow have any continuity?
Euro yen trend up.
There we go. Come on, there we go. Finally, I have a little bit of revenge on the Dow. So the Dow 10 that worked on this big breakout. Because again, what am I trading? I was trading the positive day. Any signs that we're going to reverse to the upside, I want to go there. And that took it. And that's one of the reasons why, by the way, the S&P was a much more problematic trade to the downside, because the trend is still positive. We had the sell-off in the market open, but every sell is effectively more of a reverse trade than a continuation trade in a positive tape, right? So I only was able to get that 1 point in the S&P, and it was the proper trade would have been to trade the reverse. I just didn't have any reversal signals there. But in the NAS, we had this reversal signal here. That would have been okay to take that. I just got focused on the Dow, and the Dow was already turning positive here, so you had a little bit more confidence that it was going to work. Dow is just, I think the problem with the Dow for me is I don't watch it enough to time it. And as I was saying to you guys, when you're scalping this stuff, you really want to get very intimate with the instrument and time it properly, because all of this stuff is just all about timing and reading it. But the whole idea here is to be on the dominant side, right? And clearly the buy side is the dominant side, even though we had a sell-off in the morning, we just took a very temporary advantage of that sell-off. But a dominant side now is the buy side. Until that changes, you pretty much want to scalp, from that end of it. Does that make sense to everybody? Daniel, TradingView is connected to CQG too. That's why it works perfectly fine. Karen, did you take that Dow trade or no? Did you follow me in a Dow trade to the upside? Or Connie, anybody? Good job. See, I think like the reason you're comfortable with Dow is because you're watching it all the time. Right? And Connie and I trade NASDAQ much more. And we're much more comfortable on the NAS moves. All right, NASDAQ's got nothing right now except, let's see, what are we doing on the, what happened to my, what just happened here? Ooh, sorry, I hit the wrong symbol. Okay, all right. NAS is still having a hard time getting up off the mat. We're still negative trend for the time being. And let's see if we build any foundation here, because so far not much of a foundation. Let's see if there's any anything on where was I on? Yeah. Yen is just super quiet. There's no Canada. How's Canada today? Nothing. Look at all these ranges. There's just no euro yen. How's euro yen today?
Dollar yen trend up.
All right, let's try this. You know what? Euro yen has a mild positive bid. Why don't we try this? So we'll do this with the 15-10. My final check, because it's positive trend. It kind of topped out over here, but the bias is still mildly positive. We have a sell buy combo. So off the first signal in the trend, let's see if we get any kind of continuation towards the 35 level. Is it? Wow, is this just a penny increment? Holy cow, is this a small move? Whoa, that is it's such a tight move. Man, FX is slow. All right, well, this will be here forever. So I'm not gonna, I'll update you on that one. Okay. Pound was also like, this is another good thing. If you look, this 1 minute chart, right? Well, let's just take let me look at a 5 minute chart here. Pound was a big sell, and then it turned on a 5 minute to a positive, and if you started trading, what time is this? What time is it now? It's 1600, so it turned positive 2 hours ago. So it was actually kind of all negative beforehand. Let's take a look at this. It's sort of interesting. It was all negative beforehand. Oops.
NASDAQ buy reversal trend is strong sell.
So it was all sells, and when it's all sells, you want to be selling from the upper band, from the upper moving averages, right? We used it. Here's a buy sell over here. You want it to be short this thing, right? It's kind of interesting that if the bigger trend is if the pound is down on the day, when you're on the upper moving averages, you're looking for any entries to sell. So here you have the buy candle followed by a red candle over here. Excellent entry. You're in at 43. I think it goes up to 45, 46 heat, and then it drops all the way down to 23. Like an excellent risk reward ratios on that stuff. Just a great way to employ our strategy on the day. What's NAS doing right now? NAS is starting to finally turn our way, right? So I want to be looking here. So if I get a red green. I need a red-green combo. I'll go long NAS. And NAS may be strong enough to kind of turn positive on the moving average's positive trend, but we'll see. Let's watch this for a couple minutes. You guys can hang out with me for about 5 more minutes, right? Well, this will take at least 5 minutes to kind of set up, I think. So let's see if this is the final trade of the day, if it kind of sets up for us. So we're positive. We may have like a sequence of 3 or 4 positive candles as they start to really rally it. And if they do, that means they're going to shift the bias a little bit more positive, to the upside. How's that looking on the? Oops. Excuse me. If you're like purely speculating and you said, okay, I think this is the sell-off bottom. They're going to start turning it around. You could just go long here and ignore all the rules. But I want to stay faithful to our setup at least, and see if we can. If this thing starts to go 30, 40, we probably may not even get a chance for an entry. But I'd rather get an entry off of a red-green candle than just try to chase it to the upside right now. But clearly momentum is turning up on the move, which is helping the move. Let me just look at the S&P. Same thing. No real, we don't have any signals in the S&P. That turn, by the way, the turn to the moving averages, like that kind of a turn to the upside, happens all the time. And if you have a positive bias market where the market is already up, it's a really smooth, clean little trade here. Taking this short red-green boom, red-green boom, kind of confirming the stuff. Remember, the key thing is when you're trading it, that the least amount of risk is underneath the moving averages, not above the moving averages, right? Because you're not really above the moving average would imply you're trading lots of continuation. Here, you're just trading reversal to the dominant trend, right? You see how that works? And in the slow market times, that's really when it works best. So as I was afraid, we kind of, we extended quite a lot here to the upside. Didn't get a chance, for any kind of retrace trade. May even extend further to like 30. So we'll let that breathe. Oh, you know what? While this is doing this, I'm actually kind of curious. What's our old friend? Oh, silver. Silver came down below. Were we at 27? Yeah, silver came down below, coming in lower. Interesting. Silver's been like a pretty much a sell all morning long here. Yeah, NASDAQ is a runner, guys. So, that's coming in a lot. if this comes in down, then I gotta have it come back up. If we just get a huge amount of volatility, I'm not gonna trade it. So profit-taking sell-off. More profit-taking sell-off. In a perfect world, if this comes down to the moving averages, stabilizes, gives us a green signal, then we would be happy. But we'll see. It looks like ISM hit. Why is the ISM prices up? So ISM is good on all fronts. Why is the ISM getting sold off? That's interesting. Oh, this was a run into the ISM. It's 58.7 on services. Was unemployment numbers? Oh. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna watch. I want a green candle because this is actually positive news. If I get a positive candle, I want to trade with a funder.
Nasdaq sell reversal trend is weak buy.
That actually turned positive. I'm late. Okay. All right, I got long this thing. Let's see where I'm at. And I'm going to go 5 points. So I'm going to go 20. Oops, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I took the 5 points. Okay, sorry guys, super fast. So this is why I try to talk you into it. So here's what happened, both technically and fundamentally. Technically, we had a turn to the upside. Then we're looking for a sell-off and a green candle to kind of confirm that the buy trend is confirmed. We had ISM come out at the same time, which is ISM services, which was actually positive, but I guess they were selling profit-taking ahead of it. So they brought it down, and this candle, which was super negative, in the last second turned positive, which was the signal that I needed to go long. So I was super fast in getting long this thing. If you didn't get it, then just be patient right now, and give it time. Like right now, we have another red candle kind of hanging here. If this red candle completes, although it may not complete, if this candle stays green, I'd probably go. I would get long on this candle, but what I was going to say is if we get a little bit of it, but wait till the candle stops. If the candle is red, which it may be, we'll have to see. Then I would be patient and let it, and wait for the next sequence to go. Because we're always looking for that switch, the red-green switch that gives us higher, instead of it doing a chase trade, it gives us a continuation trade. So I know this is super fast. I was just trying to prepare you for it.
German sell reversal trend is weak buy.
Okay, so let's give it, we need some red. Let's see if we get a red candle. We're not getting a red candle at this point. But like I don't know if anybody caught that move. Let me see. Connie, did you catch that move on the NAS? Yeah, 3. Okay, so Paul took it. You guys know exactly what I'm doing. And Connie, look at this. It was super fast, right? It was just like boom, boom, boom. But you got, you snooze, you lose on this one. It was against news. So this is kind of like it's setting up red now. I'm hoping it stays red just because I want it to consolidate a little bit, and that'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm trying to see what's going on here. If there's other contrary news going on here. no headlines that I think some have warned the good data might diminish the prospects for bumper stimulus. Oh, I see. So maybe the market was selling off. I see. So the argument here is that we have good ISM data, and that means there'll be less stimulus to go. I don't know if that's a convincing argument to get short, but that's the reason why you had a little bit of a sell-off here. Anyways, what I like about, one of the things I actually really like when you look at these setups is if we have funded news, we have positive structure, and like right now this is still playing around. But where
German buy continuation trend is weak buy.
Where I love to see these trades come in is if they come into the moving averages and then stabilize on a green. So either green off the the short moving average, it comes back in, and then stabilizes on the longer term moving average. If we get a green candle on this one or the next one or the one after that, that usually presents itself as a great value proposition. Because if you get a green candle, that means you're not in a V-shaped, it doesn't mean straight up, straight down. It means that the sellers took it's profit taking versus selling, right? That's what it tells us when you're looking at it from a technical point of view. And if I'm getting profit taking, I really definitely want to be on the buy side. If I'm getting selling, I want to step away and totally get out of the way. So sometimes you can't tell the difference, but this always helps tell you the difference in how this trades. I'm actually looking for examples of this. Since we're done trading, I just want to look for examples of where I get I get some continuation. This is European session, so it's really not a great example. Well, this was big breakout on this move, and you see it comes in here. You get the green candle here, and that's within the moving the moving average. You get the same thing here, big sell off. Green candles over here. That was just enough to to give you a little bit more upside. This is very minor price action because it's from yesterday. But I want to show you like yesterday's New York session. So this is yesterday's New York session, and you can see that this example quite a lot. Big breakout. Actually, strong continuous trend. And this, by the way, works very well with here's a strong continuous trend, right? Coming in, we settled down on the moving average. Buying here, very low risk trade. It's you buying 83, it goes all the way out to 13. That's more than 10 points, right? Now, by the way, we actually know. So now we crashed. So now, my thesis, which I would have never taken because it would have kept me out of the trade. See, there's no green candles here. Now went from profit taking to selling, right? And that's how you can interpret this price action very cleanly on a micro level. And I mean, clearly the market now is negative of good news is bad news because less stimulus. And that's the reaction now. But what you're doing is you're not stepping in front of all this selling because you don't have a green candle to go to, right? Is that clear to everybody? You guys starting to understand how to interpret that price action? And now we have to wait. Kind of have to wait.
German buy continuation trend is weak buy.
And if this makes fresh lows, if we close at fresh lows, then it's a fresh downtrend. And then we just traded the way we did before. We're looking for sell candles off the downtrend. All right. If this holds before before the session lows, and they start to rebuild it, then we're back into the buy trend mode. Okay, is everybody cool with that? So I got to run. We're way over time. Definitely session tomorrow. So I think I managed to survive. What I do? And I got clipped on the session trade for 20. But I think I made all of it back on the Nasdaqs, and then there was a 5 on the pound. So really, honestly, I'm just only plus 5 today if I'm going to count all the trades because the session trade
Euro yen trend down.
But all the other moves did well for us. Okay, guys, thank you so much. And I guess, if I'm counting the Dow, I could count Dow, but I'm really not going to count the Dow because that's not fair because I wasn't counting it before. So I hope you guys are getting, hope the most important thing is I hope you guys are getting the feel. Look at us. Now we're starting to break the fresh session lows, right? I mean, this is really now starting to get very, very ugly. And this is interesting because now if we get break session lows, we're net negative on this was, by the way, this is the Dow. This is the session low break. If this holds, this is going to have continuity. I got to go. I wish I could trade this, but I definitely think there's going to be some continuity on this trade if you guys want to trade. If this holds, it's got to hold below 62 on the closing basis, which it's got to hold below that level. But it'll have continuity. Let's see if I'm right. I just got to go. Yeah, and I'm right. Boom, 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 boom. Straight down, straight down, straight down, right? All right, guys. Thank you so much. I hope everybody's having a good time. Hope you guys are enjoying the Techno Funda combo here. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Take care.